So what will it take to build the divided bridges in Manipur society? When will normalcy and peace be restored? What's the solution that civil society can play to the Manipur crisis? Joining me now is Beena Lakshmi Nepram, activist who spent years working to try and disarm a very highly armed region, and Gladi Vaipai Hunjan is a member of a Kuki community. She's an entrepreneur, but members of her family have been displaced. I appreciate both of you joining us. Beena Lakshmi, to you first. We've seen scenes in Manipur over the weekend where women were actually blockading the army and preventing them from arresting those with arms. In fact, 12 Meitei militants, many of them with track records of being involved in attacks, were actually released because the women gave out the army. How do you respond to this when women themselves are not allowing the army to disarm some of these militant groups?
Yes, Rajdeep, in the past couple of hours and days, we have been seeing, these reports, but I would like to put your viewers to perspective that Manipuri women have always stood by non-violently since, the last counter-insurgency operations. Women have got a respect of both the army and the people in the last 30, 40 years of armed insurgency. And Indian military have a track record of actually handing armed, rebels who have been caught, so that unless there is a sort of societal, change to what is happening, the violence would go on. Women of Manipur, Maira Paibis, the mothers of Manipur, have been for the last 70 years and more than 114 years since the first and second Nupi Lal, have been protecting the people of Manipur. So for now, we should not, base one incident out of context, but rather see why the Indian military handed over to the Manipur. It is on the behalf the Indian National Security Advisory Board, the National Security Advisor. They must now respond to why there is 53 days of non-stop violence.
No, but how do you know? But you're not, how is it if people start preventing the police, the army from doing their action? Yes. I mean, that is unforgivable. I mean, you can't release militants. I mean, women are not supposed to be, women are blockading streets in Manipur. That's unacceptable.
The safety and security of every nation, of every citizen in this nation, is in the hands of the state and the center, Rajdeep. So you must ask this question to the state and the center as to why they released in the first place, number one. Number two, in the past couple of weeks, there have been rumors in the state that several security forces have been siding with certain armed groups. This has enraged the people of Manipur. It has enraged the mothers who said that the military should be protecting both sides. But there have been attempts to have been proven evidences in which security forces have been found to burn houses, destroy public property, and also aid in certain groups who are in suspension of operation. That is why the mothers of Manipur right now are not trusting. They are not able to trust, and hence they are out there enraged. So we must not blame the mothers of Manipur. Rather, we should work with the mothers of Manipur to be able to bring the situation under control, and instead of blaming it on them, Rajdeep.
Well, okay, we'll take that as an answer for now. But Gladi Vaipai Hunjan, the fact is your family was displaced. I'm told a number of your family members have been rendered refugees. You come from a Kuki family. Is this now becoming about, each community blaming the other? Do you really see any bridge builders out there, people who can actually build bridges?
I think before we even build the bridges, let's see the gap between the two communities. Why do we even use a term that both sides suffer equally? I will never agree with that. 4,700 houses were burnt, and over 1,000 vehicles burned down. 237 churches were torched, burned, destroyed, looted. 180 villages and 109 people dead. Why do people keep saying both sides suffer equally? I will never agree with that.
I didn't use the word equally, but both sides have suffered, ma'am. Let's be clear, ma'am. Both sides have suffered. May not be equally, but both sides have suffered, and every person is an Indian citizen.
But it's not equal. No, Rajdeep. I know, but it's not equal. The suffering of Kukizo is enormous. The depth of our suffering is too much. Tell me how many refugees, how many internally displaced people with over 200 camps all over India. The cookies are suffering. That is the reason why the media is not reporting the correct thing. Let me tell you, the Mera Paibi, the torchbearer, which the lady before me really praised about. They are supposed to be noble women. How can they threaten the army saying that we'll take our clothes out and we'll parade naked? What will the army do? Why can't we have a women contingent? RAF, CAPF, women contingent stopping. What will our men in uniform do in front of a naked Mera Paibi, shameless people? What will they do? Tell me, if I'm in the army, if I'm a gentleman with my uniform, how can I...
Let's not...
No, let me speak.
Ma'am, one by one, I will let you respond.
I did not interrupt you. Let me speak.
Yes.
Let me speak. This is my time. Don't speak. I didn't interrupt you. Okay, let me speak. How can they parade naked? What will the Indian army do in front of a paraded naked woman? Why they come out thousands jogging the army all the time? If they are supposed to be... No, let me speak. Let me speak. I didn't interrupt you. Okay, I didn't interrupt. If they are supposed to be peace-loving community, why do they stop the army? Why do they say we will walk naked? What kind of morality you all have? I will never agree with Mera Paibi. It's for a moral cause. They are there to block because they know that the army will not touch them. Why can't we have women contingent?
Do you support, ma'am? Your family has suffered. I ask you, do you accept that
Yes.
Do you accept that all militias need to be disarmed, whether it is a Meitei militia or a Kuki militia? That's the first step. Do you agree with that or not?
That is the reason. Yes, I agree. That is the reason why are we not putting president rule? Why are we so afraid? Let's put president rule at least for 6 months. Let's have some peace talk. Let the arm be all disarmed. Why are we not having president rule? Till now, after 55 days, I was still waiting for some more things to burn down. Today itself, Misao Gas Center was burned down. Why today itself burning still happen in the valley? Why are our central government not implementing president rule? What is so hard after 55 days?
Okay.
You know, I am defending my family, myself. I suffer because my story is closed. No, Rashdeep, just see. We have to see why are they not demanding president rule? What are they afraid of?
Okay.
Let's put president rule.
So you're saying put president's rule, bring 6 months where the army has greater control and thereby try and disarm these militant groups. I want to get Veena Lakshmi, do you agree? Because, you know, if you're going to have groups like the Mera Paibi women threatening the armed forces, it's not going to work. Do you also agree that eventually you need possibly president's rule now for 6 months to bring the situation under control?
Yes, Rashdeep, if you hear my cookie sister also pleading, both communities have been asking about why the Prime Minister is quiet. The Prime Minister of the world's largest democracy is quiet even after 53 days. It shows that he's complicit to what is happening. Both the cookies and the Meiteis are asking the Prime Minister to intervene. Why is he quiet? It shows that the Prime Minister wants both the cookies and the Meiteis to kill each other. Is this what cookies and Meiteis, Rashdeep, has never fought in the history of Manipur?
What would you like the Prime Minister to do? What would you expect the Prime Minister to do?
Not only the Prime Minister, Rajdeep, the National Security Advisor Board, the National Security must come out and stop this, because they know, with the highest intelligence in the world, they have engineered this conflict, Rajdeep. They have engineered, people in Delhi have engineered this conflict, which has resulted in both the Meiteis and Cookies killing each other, Rajdeep. This is wrong. This is the darkest time in the history of Manipur, and the women of Manipur who love peace, the mothers, we will defend this, because it is not right. A beautiful state which has given Mary Kom to the world, a beautiful state which has got Olympians to the world, is now in a state of almost complete disarray since 3rd of May. Before 3rd of May, Manipur was never like this.
Okay.
Hence, I call upon my cookie sister also to join in, and let us ask our men from both sides, lay down your arms.
Okay, that
Enough is enough.
Okay, well, I hope that Meitei sisters and Manipuri sisters will be able to carry out a conversation which will enable them to talk to each other rather than talk at each other. I wanted women to speak up. I hope more and more women will speak up and call above all else for disarming the militias of Manipur. Thank you very much, Beena Lakshmi, for joining me.